I just sent the request to her.
Okay, cool. Oh, there
Hey,
he is. The champ is here.
What's up?
The champ is here.
Man, let me stop being ghetto eating this candy like this. Hold on. Let me get myself together.
Oh, man.
I'm thirsty. I'm just got out of our little celebration, so I'm excited.
Oh, yes.
Celebration. How does one celebrate when they win the CIAA championship?
We pulled the family together. The village came. You know, we got our local administrators, our leader, our chancellor, AD, our student body, faculty and staff. I mean, hey, sound of class, the lights, they came in, you know, do what they do.
I know that's right. Congratulations, man. The CIAA tournament, there's really truly nothing like it. That was my first one. So being there, I was like, oh wow. I haven't covered a few of these before, but truly nothing like it. The CIAA does such a great job at, you know, putting together an event such as that where you have the sport, obviously, but so many other things for students, for alumni, and it was just amazing.
Yes! Welcome. I'm sorry, I'm too excited. Let me calm down. I'm here hyping everything. Hey, let me welcome you to today's show. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey, champion. Hey, champion. You won.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We all won.
Wait. When I saw her in the hallway, she was like, "What'd you say, Ty?"
Oh my God! Oh my God! We did it. Hey, I'm sorry. Still.
She didn't give me nothing else but
that's
Jesus,
all I
praise,
had.
and worship in the hallway.
Oh.
Amen. Coach Ty, after you won, what praise and worship song was going through your head?
Man, listen. Just 3 words. Oh my God. That's it. That's it. Oh my God.
I'm surprised Never Would Have Made It one playing in the background.
Listen. That was playing through the whole season. What you talking about?
No, that's right. Oh my gosh. Well, everybody, welcome to HBCU period, where we talk everything HBCU period. And today on our first episode during Women's History Month, we're joined by the lovely CIAA Commissioner, Jacqie McWilliams. And we're also joined by the lovely, the style GOAT, the 2023 CIAA champion.
Look at me emotional. Okay.
Welcome to our show, y'all. We're so happy to have y'all.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Awesome. This is my first interview since the tournament, so I've declined everything else because I couldn't talk. So thank you.
I feel special.
And then I saw Coach was going to be on. I was like, hello.
Listen, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I made it. I went to commissioner down. I made it. I was like, somebody call somebody. Tell him I made it.
Commish, after a long week, CIAA, lots of excitement. How do you get your voice back? What's the remedy?
It's rest, but it's been really hard. I mean, literally we closed the office, but we're still grinding. I mean, there's so much follow-up to do. There's conversations that need to be had. You're trying not to forget, you know, new opportunities and gaps. We'll do like recaps, but while things are fresh, but really rest. And I can't rest because I'm still on this high. It's like, you know, Coach, you finish a race and it takes a while for you to come down. I mean, we went hard really for the last 60 days in preparing for this. And then the last 10 days was like nonstop. I got there before everybody else did. And as soon as I hit the ground, it was take off. And as soon as I landed, I felt like I fell out. And you just don't, it's hard to ignore the text and the emails and those things. But I'm trying, but it's really hard because they're important things. I'm the commissioner. I'm leading a conference. So I'll get a break. When I'm out, I'm going to be out. That's for sure.
Where are you going to be out at? Somewhere tropical, somewhere exotic?
I told Simone, normally we go to Puerto Rico for her spring break, but she's going to Florida with her brother next week. So I'm going to go to Richmond and spend some time with my husband, and I'll work remotely, and then I'll come back here, and then I have a speaking engagement next weekend for Women's History Month, and my calendar's full. We got bowling coming up. I have to go to Atlanta to speak at Career Masters, and end of the month it's just, just stuff. So it's all good. It's what you do. But I will get time because the board has shared with me in the past that I have to take a week off before I get in the grind of the week because I'll hit a wall. So I'm very well of my mental stability. And if I don't stop before we get to mid-April, I'll crash.
Amen.
Yeah.
How important do you think is that time to have rest? Because I know a lot of people who are kind of in the grind, who are, managing something or doing something will just say, all gas, no brakes. But, for you, how important is it to just take a second to just breathe, relax?
I think it's important for everyone. I mean, we talk about balance, and balance it's what you create and make for yourself. When you don't rest, I can tell when I'm really tired and I'm trying to type, my hands cramp up, or my attitude, like being hungry and tired are not two good things I manage well. And if you don't stop, your body will stop. And, I do believe that God will put things in your space, in your place to slow you down. You're not taking time to spiritually fill up. You're not taking time to mentally fill up. And so I just kind of learned, and part of it is I've been in the game for so long. I've been like I've coached, I've recruited, I've done all that. And I commend coaches because it is a 365-day grind for them as well, because you're not just coaching. She will probably say she probably spends more time with different characters off the court than you do on the court. I do in a commissioner role, not with players, but between the external partners and the internal partners and 12 board members and coaches and administrators and student athletes. If you don't find that space, I won't be a good administrator, but you got to have good people around you. So that helps as well. I can leave and be secure that things are going to get done well. And I think when you don't grow people and give that space for growth and confidence in the folks around you, you end up being the one that thinks it has to do anything, and then you don't get the rest. So if I don't get rest, I'm probably not the best leader that I can be. And I know it's important, even for my family. Like, they go to bed, like, go lay down, go sit down somewhere. Like, Simone's a little disappointed that I hadn't really stopped all day. I've been posting pictures. I mean, it is an incredible thing to see all the work that we've done and the excitement of our student athletes. So it's really hard to turn it off, but I will. I promise y'all I will.
Okay. Speaking of rest, Coach Ty, your team also gets a little bit of rest this week before heading into playoffs. How are you kind of doing that load management, especially, grueling season, 20-10, might have a few players a little banged up. How are you going about rest and load management this week?
Well, we've been doing pool workouts and a lot of shooting, not a lot of contact, and we won't go over an hour and a half. I mean, if you don't know it by now, we ain't gonna get it. So just trying to keep them. We had quite a few injuries and they played through them. So we're just trying to get our bodies back together and get ready for this run.
Yeah, Coach, could you imagine? I know this is y'all's interview, but I just want to know.
Ooh,
This is a conversation.
Could you imagine, we've talked to our coaches about going right into playoffs. And we're in Black History Month. You guys have a week off. But I was a player in this conference, and we go extremely hard for 7 days. Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine, with the injuries and just the grind that the players had, that you all would be prepared to go somewhere Tuesday and be able to give full throttle.
Oh, no way. Not a chance. I told my kids afterwards, I was like, man, y'all did something amazing, because when I was in the ACC tournament, I was tired that last game. I didn't win, but I didn't tell them that I hadn't won. Just,
Yeah.
I pretended like I had done it.
Now you done told them, though, but
Right, but I told them the truth now after they won it. I was like, y'all done something I never did. But 4 games, 5 days, man. And then right after the last game, Sunday's game, we left Saturday, we left Sunday to be at the
first round
banquet Monday. And then, oh no, we need this week. So we're excited about resting, recalibrating, getting the kids back in class. They missed a week of class. My professors are being great, helping, ensuring that our kids catch up. We've had study hall every single day, mandatory for everybody, 4.0 or not. You in study hall this week, because we've missed so many classes. But just trying to take care of their bodies, recovery in the pool, and just light on the workouts.
Awesome.
Mish, I'm happy you mentioned that you were the student athlete. We're celebrating 35 years from that Hampton team that won the Division II championship.
Yeah, you telling my age, but yes. I know I look young and fresh, but
She
that's
young,
okay.
y'all.
He over here
That's what
doing
matters.
math
She played
like
that.
She's
She
like,
played when
two
she was 20
subtract
years old, y'all.
calculator. Hold on, two subtract. No,
I mean, it was, and again, I was serving in two roles, but more the commissioner side, so I didn't really get to celebrate with my team, like, because I know they had a ball. I'm just glad that we were able to create a platform and a space for them, and the other recipients that won as well, and to treat them with first class treatment for, the 4 or 5 days they were there. But it's been incredible just to watch. I was a freshman, so they still make me feel like I'm little Jack and the freshman when I'm around them. But I feel extremely blessed to have played with these players. And I was a walk-on my freshman year. I had scholarship offers other places, but I was pretty focused on going to an HBCU and going to Hampton University. And you will hear people say, well, they didn't recruit me and HBCUs don't recruit. Well, we have our segments of where we go. And if you're interested, sometimes you just have to reach out and go for what you want. And that's what I did. And I'm just grateful Coach Sweat gave me that opportunity. And it was a blast. It's fun. Like, I felt like literally getting around with them. I just kind of got in my freshman mode again. And the freshmen, we took a picture because the upperclassmen were mean as heck. And so we were afraid of them, but I never played with a group of ball players like them ever. And Coach, we lost our one game. We were 33-1. We were beating teams by 40 and 50 points that year, setting records, killing it. The one game we lost was in the CIAA. So I've never won a CIAA women's basketball. I coached for Virginia Union when they won the men's tournament. I've won volleyball championship CIAA, but never a CIAA basketball tournament as a women ball player. It's hard. They beat you to
it is hard. I've been in other conferences and all different types. This is the hardest working tournament. Just how hard these kids play. Like my JUCO kids that came from other places, initially beginning of the year, it's an adjustment of how hard and tough this conference is. And every single game, it doesn't matter if you're the 1 seed or the 12 seed, you get beat.
All the ones
not one,
got
two.
knocked off.
Beat because you play so hard. So every night you have to be locked in. And one of my JUCO kids, we were on the radio the other day. She was like, I have never in my life experienced anything like this. She was like, the crowd, the lights, the stuff they got going on during timeouts. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's why you don't know what we talking about when we get back on the floor. You sitting there watching the D-lights and the woo-woos out there doing this.
It's a distraction. It truly is.
Listen, it is an event. Absolutely enjoy every time of my life. It's just so much. It's just Black excellence. I'm so just like to be a part of it. Coaching is absolutely an honor, but like the whole atmosphere. I tell my kids, we can't go anywhere. If you got a CIAA team shirt on or HBCU shirt on, somebody gonna speak to you. You can't walk anywhere. But I was, hey, EC, okay, Viking pride, okay.
Yeah.
And everywhere they go. And it's just different, and they love it. They're enjoying it, and I'm just glad they get this experience.
That's awesome.
Yes. And for people that didn't know with the CIAA, both championship games, I think the highest seed was a 4.
Yeah, we were 5.
Yeah,
You
5, 6.
5. Claflin, Shaw was probably a 6. I don't think a seed higher than 4. That was the highest seed that made it to the championship.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 fell.
Yeah.
Look, people kept asking me, who do you think is going to win? I said, everybody is 0-0.
Right.
I can tell you, as good as it may look on the seeding, that's not how it ever ends up. It never ends that way. Not on the men's side and not on the women's side. It is a hard conference to play in. It's probably one of the hard, and I work for Division I women's basketball, and them sisters ball and they play. But normally that one through 3 line of teams that are in, those are the ones that normally get in. But in this conference, you could be in the 1 through the 6, and the 1s and 2s get knocked off like
It's
you
a
don't even like them. It's not a nice We're in love. I told the board, I said, I went to an event, the Food Line event, the President's Dinner, and I said, we're about to go to semifinals. Or I had just left the earlier games, and I said, and I saw players, and you can see, I didn't even know what to say. Because all week we have been live, but you see them, it's like this sad and happy moment that you go through as a commissioner, because you know what these kids have given up. You know what the coaches and times they put in, and you just want to give them a hug, but they ain't feeling you at all, right? At all. And so it truly is like this happy, sad, because you're happy the team won, you're sad the team lost, but you're just thankful that you're able to give them the opportunity to play in this arena and the platform that they have, because not everybody in Division II and maybe even Division I gets to experience what our kids get to experience.
Yeah, no, I remember I was interviewing Coach Ty going into halftime, and I was like, you know, you were a player before, and you know, you've probably been in situations like this. She was like, nope,
No,
there's
no,
nothing.
not
Like,
not the same. You say that right now. Not the same.
Yeah.
She kept it real. She was like, nope, there's nothing like the CIAA. Well, there's a topic that I want to talk about. I'm so excited to talk about. Both of you killed it with your fashions over the week. Every time I saw y'all had on, you know, nice suits or dresses or blouses. Coach, you did a like mix of like high fashion, like really dressy, but then also like a little razzle dazzle of, you know, cowboy with a cargo.
Yes,
like,
Coach.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I watched the commissioner last year. You know, I had to step my game up a little bit. You know, I couldn't just do suits, so I had to get a little better this year. But listen, trust me, I can take no credit for it. I am the worst in all that. My sister and my fam, they pick out the stuff. I just put it on. So I'm gonna give them all the credit.
So, Commissioner, for you, what goes into picking out an outfit, you know, outfits for, you know, the course of the week and all the different events that you had to go to? How did you, you know, figure out, all right, this is what I'm gonna do for this day. This is what I want to serve today. I want to give them a little bit of this today. You know, how did you do it?
It's a process. Normally, I'm like, I'm just going to repurpose everything in my closet.
Okay.
I go through pictures because people really do remember.
Yes.
They really
Yes.
do.
yes.
And I'm like, I'm not going to get caught in that. And then I'm like, nah, I got to do all fresh this year.
All
So
fresh.
I used to start in the summer. I have a stylist here that helps me pick out stuff. But Jody Davis is a Black designer in Baltimore. I've been with her. I met her in Essence back in 2000 and I've been here 12, maybe 13. And I've been buying dresses from her. I used to buy like 1 and 2 pieces from her a year because her dresses are they're just powerful, all the things that she made. So the blue suit that I had on Friday for the Hall of Fame, she actually made that for Vice President Harris. She had 2 suits. She was just waiting for her to call. She dressed the governor's wife for the inauguration. So I don't know if you go on Jody Davis, she dressed her beautiful ensemble. But Jody made my wedding dress. I've been with her this whole time. So she's always thinking about different things. And I tell her, I don't want what everybody else has. So when I go to Baltimore, I'll go to her boutique downtown Baltimore and I'll look at stuff. I try not to come out with too much, but I actually bought a few nice pieces from her this time. And they're like long lasting, beautiful pieces, but I like wearing Black designers. What I had on Saturday, I go online and I look for African designers or Black designers, and I saw that and I was like, bam. But I saw a young lady at the inclusion event that had the jacket on. And I was like, I'm not wearing that now. My girlfriend's like, put the skirt on and the jacket and the belt and it's gonna look different. And it did.
Right.
And so it's just trying to find fun things, but really things that really make me feel extremely powerful when I wear it, and feel good about it. I mean, you want to feel good about whatever you wear. And so I'm just grateful that I have Jody, who's designed. She was going to quit one time. She really was. And she should be on here. And I was like, girl, you can't quit. Like, what am I going to wear? What eyes going to wear without you? And there's other designers. I just really like how she designs and her passion about women and clothing and dressing, and she's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, but that's who I wear in Baltimore, and then I have a couple of other boutiques that I buy. But you'll see me wear a majority of my stuff from her.
For both of you, how would you describe your style? 2 words. What 2 words would you use to describe? Coach Ty looks stressed.
Coach, like, I don't know.
Help me. That's my style. Somebody help me. I don't care. Listen, pick it out, I'll wear it. But help me. That's not my, pick it out so I can coach. That's all I want to do. Like, sissy, help me. Somebody help me. That's my 2 words. I'll wear whatever it is. Just don't make me pick it out. Okay? That's it. That's my style right there. That's not my strength.
I love it.
Let me coach. Just please let me coach. Help me.
I love that, Coach.
Oh my God.
You're just so
actually
adorable though. When I see you, I'm like, it's like you're just adorable to me on the sideline. You be having your stuff on. I'd be like, okay. I mean, whoever dresses you, they don't mind making a bold statement about what you put on.
Very much.
And that's unique to whatever they think about you, because you ain't thinking nothing about it.
Nothing at all. No thought.
Yeah. I love it. I remember in 2 words, working with my stylist, I never wanted to feel like over the top for me. I mean, I wanted to feel like I was almost like this t-shirt making statement, and whatever you felt from that, what I had, that's what it was. So if you saw power, if you saw joy, if you saw color, like making a statement for me. Yeah.
I love that.
And the Black company, this shirt is from, I'm not giving her a shameless plug.
What does it say?
It says, yes, I am my sister's keeper. You see it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But I use Black people stuff on everything, honestly. Everything.
I love
everything.
It says, yes, we gotta buy within our own community.
Yeah.
I texted Doug and I was like, hey, can I do a live hit on the coach's fashions? And he was like, yeah, because the first game I even saw Coach Ty, she was playing against Coach Tanner. And she came out with the staff came out with the sparkles, the stilettos. I was like, oh, come on now.
It's CIAA, baby. These women.
Listen, my brother played.
I was so excited. I was like, oh, okay, now. Then Coach Ty had on the statement hoodie. I was like, okay, yep, support Black colleges.
Right.
Your staff had on the checkerboard with the sparkles. I was like, yeah, I was texting our producer Doug. I was like, Doug, can I he was like, yeah. So I appreciate Doug for allowing me to do that.
We used to have, you didn't hear about Mr. CIAA. I will post something about him, but Mr. CIAA and the CIAA had been with us for, I think his last tournament was 2019 with us. I put him in the Hall of Fame, or he was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2014. But when I was a player back in 87 and 91, he had already been Mr. CIAA prior to that. So he had been in the conference over 4 decades, Mr. Mitchell. So he's got to be about 80 something, but he's not well. So that's why we haven't seen him. But for every game, he would have a different outfit and he would walk the arena and people would take pictures. He made his own suits. One time our sponsors made a suit with their logos on it. I won't mention them because they're not our partner anymore, but he just, like Elizabeth City's playing, he'd be in blue and white, part-time, and then he'll go change and he'll get in Shaw's colors. And he did that for the entire day. And I have some amazing photos I'm going to pull because everybody's been asking me about them. But for those who have been in this conference for years, everybody has been waiting for Mr. CIAA, but there'll never be another one. But when you talk about fashion, that was him. Yeah.
Okay, somebody remember a CIAA staple.
Oh yeah,
A
he was
staple.
special. I'll send y'all a picture. He's special.
Okay.
Commissioner, how rewarding is it to you went through this as a player, coach, you climbed all the ranks, you've experienced everything from a commissioner standpoint to have this event be so successful, even jumping cities. How rewarding is it to just now that everything is done for this year at least, be able to look at it and be like, wow, this was such a successful event. You changed the lives of so many people, including me. And I want to make that very clear. You know, how rewarding is that?
It's truly rewarding. And part of it is because, and I've said this, you know, people don't always see your vision. They don't always understand the changes. But I'm a woman of faith. So when I took this job, I knew it'd be a hard job. And I worked in the conference before. And one of the things the board asked me, you know, if I had to describe myself, what it would be. And I said, transforming. And I knew I had a responsibility to transform this conference and give, if our student athletes go nowhere else, at least they got to experience what I know at a championship level on a national championship level, because that's what we do. They treat you really, really nice, not in first rounds and second rounds. You got to get to the championship to get all. And so every championship, we have tried to create this amazing experience for these student athletes, because we should take care of our own in that way. And so to come off this week, I'm still blown away by the virtual vibe that we did 2 years ago. It just shows you how creative we are as a people. And, you know, when people think there's no way, we make a way out of no way. I truly believe that. When the resources are limited, you find collaborations and you work with the city and you work with, you know, the state, and you work with your member institutions and your presidents and your coaches. And maybe it's not popular to everyone, but I know that every decision and everything that I bring to the table is with good intent to get the greatest outcomes we can. And so I'm blessed to work for a board that allows me to be a creative and out the box and fun playing and living in a space where I thrive, and to open doors for you all. I mean, I've always said I need Black women commentating at the game for men and women, not just the women's game. And when we got at our past agreement, I knew when we got rid of some of the agreements we had in 2016, I knew that the doors would be open to do the things that were restricted in the past, even women's games. Coach, we used to have, what I played, the women's tournament was in the beginning of the week and the men's was in the back of the week. The championship game would be on Friday, semi-Friday, Saturday, but you had to wait 4 days, 3 days to get to that while the men played. They were all televised and the women were not. The women had a banquet and the men had a banquet. It was separate. Everything was separate. We would play in the facility on campus while the men played in the arena. So that we won't ever do that under this leadership. And it had changed when I got there, but I think to balance it out, I'm just proud. I'm proud to see these young people, the city of Baltimore kids, be accepted to our schools. I'm proud to see the Black and women-owned businesses be all over the place and have access. To see 80% of our hotels filled, almost 90% is incredible. And what we haven't done yet that I've been dreaming about is selling out that arena again. And we'll get there. It's going to take everybody's part to get us there. But that's the one thing that we have not done. Out of everything I wanted to do is sell that arena out.
Coach, I mean, Commish, going a little bit back, you mentioned, you know, opening those doors for other women, both of you trailblazers in your own right. Coach Ty won Elizabeth City State's first CIAA title in program history. Commish, I'm calling her Commish. She's my Commish. First Black female commissioner of an NCAA conference. Both of you have pretty much been trailblazers in your own rights. How are you mentoring young women along the way? Coach, you have a bunch of girls under you. You know, during the press conference, they talked a lot about how you uplifted them throughout the season. And Commish, what you do on a daily basis to uplift women, give women these opportunities.
Just me or you? I need this for a little bit. I think it's our responsibility. Anytime you're allowed to be in the presence of young people, young women, I think you don't have a choice. You know, you get placed in positions for reasons. And the number one reason is to empower the next generation. My not just my players, but everybody on this campus that I come in contact with, especially young women, our volleyball team, our softball teams, any opportunity I get to encourage them, and that there's enough room for you. Wherever I am, wherever we are, if I win, you win. You win, I win. And I'm always rooting for you. wherever you are. Even, it's weird as a coach, I guess, but I don't really have, people have rivals or stuff like that. I love young people. I want them to do well. And I don't want them to do that well against me playing, but off the floor. You know what I'm saying? If they need me, I don't care what team they're on. You know what I'm saying? They can call and I can do something for them. It's already done. That's the only way that we get to a better place of empowering young women. And they need all of us. They need to see all of us everywhere, walking in what we're supposed to be doing so that they can feel confident. And we don't need to dim our lights. We've always had, at some point, had to do it, but we're not going to. We're not going to, so that they don't feel like they ever have to.
Yeah. I agree with Coach Lewis. It's, when you look at the number and the percentages of women of color in all levels, division and commissioners, I mean, the numbers don't lie. So how do we not try to pull and plant seeds for you all and the young people, that see themselves or would love to have the opportunity to be in our seats, or at least try to understand what that is. And I think, how we walk and how we talk and how we lean in, I think is important, to let folks know, like, we need more women in officiating. I mean, we need more women in marketing and media. Like, I don't want them to say, we don't know where the media marketing women are. Look at y'all. I mean, there are enough of us, and I think we have a responsibility to create space. The problem is there's not enough of us in the space to create it and making those decisions. So, the power of the influence, that I have, to be in those circles and to work with other leaders and to make those recommendations. Like, we need sponsors. It's not really about mentors. Mentors help you grow and hold you accountable. Like, you need to, or this should work, but a sponsor is the one who's going to say, let me make that call to the search firm and see if I can get your name in the pool. Let me call that athletic director or that president to see what's available. Let me call that coach and see if they're looking for an assistant coach, because maybe there's an opportunity. I mean, those are the calls and things that we need to do as leaders. In mentoring, some of it's natural to some of us, and some of us are really bad at it. I mean, I think we got to call out the bad players and call out the good ones. And when we see the good ones, you've got to say, you need to call Coach Lewis and just get a sense of what coaching is really like if you want to get in the field. And she's got to be willing to open her door, as I would if people are always asking, how do I be a commissioner? The last thing I will say is just capacity, because I don't have that much capacity, and trying to make room for as many. And as I tell people, if you reach out, I'll get to you. It may not be tomorrow. It might be 30 days from now. But the best thing is to go through my assistant and get on my calendar, because I will meet with anybody and everybody if you're focused. I don't play games or none of that, but if you're serious about connecting and trying to find a way, that's my responsibility to help that. And you don't have to feel, intimidated by it. I know I'm the commissioner, but I am human. I do like to dance and sing and act silly, but when it comes down to the business, I don't play. And neither does coach, right? That's our job, to get the job done.
Commish, you hit me right in the feels. Like, when I asked you, with everything that you do and how you, champion young women, how you push Title IX, why is it so important to you? And you looked me dead in my face and you were like, because you're here. And I was like, oh my God. I was trying to keep myself composed, but that definitely hit me right in the feels. And it means a lot, because sometimes in this industry, me and Mia both know, some people are not, girls. Some people look at it as a competition rather than, trying to uplift each other. And it's not an easy thing to deal with, in my opinion.
Well, it's not, because part of it is there's what's the percentage of you are in? And I've seen, particularly in our networks, we are seeing more women of color getting in those roles and positions. And it can be extremely hard to maintain that. I mean, you're dealing with the politics and all that on your own, but there's still a way to reach back, right? And to create a pathway, or at least give something back in return so that women like you all can see yourselves. I would look at people and I would tell people, like, looking for mentors. There are several people that I never spoke to, but I watched their entire career. I watched how they moved. I watched how they politicked in rooms and was intimidated like all get up, because I didn't think they would receive me. So those were things, because I'm not a great networker in the sense like, hi, my name is Jacqie and I'm the commissioner of the CIAA, and how can I help you? How can you help me? I don't do that. I'm a natural, organic type person. And some people are really good at it. And those who are really good at it somehow can move very quickly. And I've seen that in the industry, but you just have to hold on to your faith, know where you want to go, and lean on those people that can help you navigate silently when that's not you. And that I've learned that for myself. I knew exactly who to reach out, even as a commissioner. There are still men that don't think that she's the commissioner, or they'll ask me, you're the director? Like, you're the commissioner? Like, somebody said that this week, like, you? I'm like, well, who else is the commissioner? Like, so, I'm always prepared, but, I laugh and play and keep it moving because they ain't got no power over the sisters. So you just go, you just keep moving despite the roadblocks that we put on you, because we're really good as people to put roadblocks in because we're trying to keep that path ourselves. And I think we have to be honest about that and hold people accountable for that as well.
Amen. Amen, Commish. I'm happy you were able to play that off, because the way God working on me now.
Woof, child. Say that.
They ain't walking away.
No.
You got to pray some folks out. Too.
Woo.
And it worked. Trust me.
If I start praying,
My neck's gonna
you already know
to the side.
You got to pray them right out your atmosphere.
Oh man.
Okay. Oh, wow. Lies when you're having a very good and insightful conversation, but just to start it wrapping up, commission, both of you are like plowing through your own ways, but what advice would you give to your younger self? What would you tell that, that little girl that was, that couldn't even imagine to accomplish the things that you have accomplished so far? Ooh, Coach, you ready?
Don't marry him yet. No, I'm joking.
I would have said that too, girl.
Wait that one out now. No, let me see. I mean that though.
I received
relationships.
it.
I mean, you got to have people around you that won't let you settle, that will won't allow you to dim your light. If you have to dim your light, then they're not your people. And no matter what forms it comes in, friends, frenemies, family, relationships, you just have to have the right people around you. And I like to call them dream reminders. It's going to rain, in your life. And you need people that'll hold umbrellas when your hands are too full when it's raining. And so rain's coming, and you're going to have so many things going on in your life. And you got to have the dream reminders that'll hold the umbrella until you can get those things out of your hands, so that you won't forget what God told you that you were going to do and where you were going to go. And if you would just get those people around you, you're going to be all right. And I don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room, ever. Be able to learn from everybody and anyone. And it's okay to ask for help. I think we sometimes, as strong, so-called independent women, we think that we don't need a team. What ECSU has just solidified for me is that it takes a village to do something special.
It does.
The staff, the admin, the finance department, financial aid, admissions.
Everybody.
I mean, facilities, the police department. It took everybody to do something special. And we couldn't have done it without. Now, every part plays a part, and no part is more important than the other part. And I think that when we get that, and we realize and we get the team that we need, there's absolutely nothing that can't be accomplished. And so just remind myself to get the right people around me, ask for help, and trust your village.
That's powerful.
It is.
Coach, I love you. I haven't spent a lot of time with you. I just watch you and I watch you coach, but
Yeah, I be watching you
you
all the time. I ain't gonna lie.
you are, and you have an amazing team. You have, we had in the championship, we had 2 women presidents leading. That's Title IX and
Kind of hot,
equity.
ain't it, ready?
You know what I'm saying? And although you had 2 male ADs, um, but that didn't matter because both of them came from women
Mm-hmm.
leadership.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Yep.
Matter of fact, George worked for me,
Mm-hmm.
and then he worked for Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see the passion behind what team is and the leadership at Elizabeth City State University. And I'm just proud that your president is one of my bosses. And
My boss.
I'm waiting for her to pick me up in that plane, though. I don't know.
Okay. Which one? We got 12.
Girl, I
Which
don't
one?
know, whichever
We got
one.
12.
One that's bigger than the smallest one. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
I would say I'm going to read this to you, and it take me probably 3 seconds, no, about 10 seconds. And I wrote this for Simone. It was part of what came off when I spoke at Bowie State, that dreams are endless. And I really want to write a children's book. So this is the first time that I've read it. But this what I would say to her as I would say to me. I get emotional. Just bear with me for a second because it came to my spirit to share. You got this, girl. When the clouds come in, let your sun shine out. When the days won't end, let your mind run out. Each moment you have is a note to remind. Each day is waiting for your light to shine. Your dreams are like clouds that float in the sky, endless with love and breath filled with life. Let your dreams fill your mind and your head guide the work. With God on your path, fill your love through the earth. No matter what challenge may come your way, you're covered by prayers each and every day. I dare you to trust your soul and your heart, and always remember you're strong, bold, and smart. My beauty, you were born to give meaning to the world. You were built to dream, and you got this, girl. That's what I would say to myself because nobody spoke that in my life the way that I spoke that to Simone. Although my mother was extremely a blessing to me and reminded me. But as a little Black girl that lived across the country in the military, sometimes I was always the only one. In my hair and the kinky and the darkness, it just wasn't received and accepted in the same way. And to have a father that I love my daddy, but I didn't get that encouragement and empowerment in the same way. And when my mother passed 18 years ago, like I literally cried the other day and wished that she was here to witness, all of this. And so, but that's what she would say. You got this, girl. No matter what they say to you, no matter what roadblocks, you got it. And you have to remind yourself that there's nothing bigger. For me, there's nothing bigger than God for me that gets me through those times when everybody else says you can't, but you can.
That was powerful. See my co-host over there tearing up.
Yeah,
Oh my
I ain't
gosh.
wearing no lashes today. I'm good to go.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to make sure that mine stay on, but that was
Stand up.
super powerful.
Yeah.
That was so powerful. We are so blessed that you guys kicked off Women's History Month for us, 2 powerful Black women. It was such an honor to see you guys thrive in your elements and just to meet you both and to now be acquainted. You're stuck with me and Mia, so.
Oh, you're stuck with us too.
Just wanted to let you know that.
Yes.
But is there anything that you would like to say signing out?
I want to tell Coach, y'all go keep doing the thing. You keep trailblazing, and you enjoy this experience of the NCAA playoffs and this AQ that you're going to get, because not everybody can get to this level ever. I mean, it is hard, and so you've done the work. I've watched you grow, and I'm just really proud of you. And you ladies, you keep doing the work and help us tell her story, because most of the time we don't get this. And so I really appreciate you saying yes, because you could be maybe in other spaces and places, but now you're part of the CIAA for life. So you can't get out, because once you're in, we just don't let you go. So just thank you for giving us a chance to be a part of your history, because it's all of our history, and we get to do something special together. So I appreciate you.
Oh, well, I don't think we can end it on a better note than that, can we, Mia?
We cannot, other than Coach did the thing. Keep doing the thing.
We'll do.
Keep doing the darn thing.
Yeah.
Y'all are awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to everybody who watched, especially all the Vikings who were checking in. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Love you guys. Coach, going and doing the darn thing, all right? Commissioner, keep on doing the amazing things that you're doing. And
Thank you.
Continuing to lift women up, and we will lift you up whenever you need it. And we appreciate all of your hard work.
Thank you. Thank you. You all be well. I'll see you on the selection night.
Yes.
So excited.
Oh my God.
Oh my
God.
God. No. You guys be well.
Words. Oh my God.
Oh
my God. Take care.
Take care, everyone. Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.